RHOBH viewers side with Dorit Kemsley amid heated feud with Kyle Richards. If you missed the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 15 premiere, you need to watch it right away, and if you've already seen it, you should watch it again. Yes, it was that good, and the breakout star was none other than Dorit Kemsley. Andy Cohen recently teased and activated Dorit, and he was right. In the first few minutes, she clocked in and never clocked out. That didn't bode well for Kyle Richards, as she attempted to hash out her issues with the Beverly Beach founder during the first group event for the season. Things didn't pan out the way Kyle envisioned because Dorit had a few bones to pick with the OG. Things took such a turn during the tense interaction that Kyle eventually walked away from Dorit, as the mom of two told her, "Grace, time is over." Viewers quickly voiced their opinions about the rivalry between the two women, and the majority supported Dorit. RHOB fans side with Dorit Kemsley as her feud with Kyle Richards heats up. The heated confrontation between Kyle and Dorit in the premiere episode garnered a lot of feedback online. Unfortunately for Kyle, RHOBH viewers are Team Dorit on this one, and we have the poll results to prove it. The Instagram account @RonjObsessed shared a clip of Kyle and Dorit's argument and asked followers to choose their team. Of the 998 responses, 84% voted for Dorit and only 16% sided with Kyle. Viewers bash Kyle on social media. The scene between the once close friends has fans going off on the OG after she used a moment from BravoCon 2023 as the reason why she's upset with Dorit. Dorit didn't believe that excuse and viewers aren't buying it either. "Is Kyle for real? Girl is reaching," someone exclaimed. "Not something from BRVOCON, give me a **** king break Kyle," added someone else. A comment said, "Lamau, Kyle, you're ridiculous. I love this side of Dorit." Another added, "Kyle is reaching with that one, shocked to say I'm Team Dorito." One RHOBH viewer also reasoned, "Kyle has always been the villain on this show, and I really hope people can see that. It's really time to move on from her and these manufactured storylines she keeps creating." The latest season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is serving up a piping hot feud that has viewers passionately picking sides, and surprisingly, many are rallying behind Dorit Kemsley over longtime fan favorite Kyle Richards. As tensions escalate between the two former close friends, RHOB fans are dissecting every confrontation, every shade thrown, and every subtle eye roll to determine who is truly in the right. And if social media is any indication, it appears that Dorit is winning the battle of public opinion. For years, Kyle Richards has been the so-called nucleus of RHOBH, often portraying herself as the peacemaker of the group. But as this season progresses, fans are seeing a different side of her, one that's more defensive, calculated, and in Dorit's words, completely dismissive. On the other hand, Dorit, who has always been a polarizing figure, is suddenly resonating with fans who feel she has been unfairly cast aside by Kyle. The drama between the two reached a boiling point at a recent group dinner when Dorit confronted Kyle about feeling excluded and dismissed, especially after Kyle's growing closeness with other cast members like Sutton Stracke and Garcelle Beauvais. Dorit, known for her long-winded but articulate way of expressing herself, didn't hold back. "I've always been there for you, Kyle, through everything. And yet, when I need you, when I have real issues I need to discuss, you shut me down," she said, her voice tinged with frustration and hurt. Kyle, in response, rolled her eyes, a move that sent social media into a frenzy. Viewers felt it was yet another example of Kyle's tendency to belittle her castmates' emotions while positioning herself as the perpetual victim. "Kyle gaslights every single person on this show and then plays the poor me card," one fan tweeted. Another commented, "Dorit is finally saying what we've all been thinking about Kyle for years." The conflict only escalated from there, with Kyle accusing Dorit of being overly sensitive and making things about herself. But Dorit countered with an argument that had fans nodding in agreement. "Maybe I wouldn't feel so sensitive if I actually felt like I mattered to you." This moment struck a chord with viewers who have noticed a shift in Kyle's behavior. Since her separation from Mauricio Umansky became public, Kyle has been on edge, deflecting inquiries about her personal life while focusing on stirring the pot within the group. and while some fans sympathize with her struggles, others feel she's using them as a shield to avoid accountability. Adding fuel to the fire is the long-standing perception that Kyle often sides with those who best serve her storyline. In previous seasons, she maintained a tight alliance with Lisa Vanderpump until their infamous falling out. She also had a close bond with Teddy Mellencamp, which dissolved once Teddy exited the show. Now, many are questioning if her distance from Dorit is simply because Dorit is no longer useful to her narrative. Dorit, meanwhile, has been showcasing more vulnerability this season, opening up about her struggles with anxiety and PTSD following her 2021 home invasion. Fans have applauded her honesty and willingness to be raw on camera, something they feel Kyle is avoiding. Dorit is actually sharing her real life while Kyle is running from hers. One Reddit user wrote, "And yet Kyle still finds a way to make herself the victim." Even former RHOBH stars are weighing in on the drama. Lisa Vanderpump, who has long feuded with Kyle, cheekily tweeted, "Interesting to see the tides turning," leading fans to speculate that she, too, believes Kyle is finally being exposed. Meanwhile, Camille Grammer, another ex-housewife, cryptically posted, "Some things never change," a remark fans interpreted as a dig at Kyle's ongoing pattern of dismissing her co-star's feelings. So why is Dorit coming out on top in this feud? It seems to boil down to relatability and authenticity. While Dorit has often been accused of being over the top or even pretentious, fans now see her as someone who is genuinely trying to maintain her friendships, while also being honest about her struggles. Kyle, on the other hand, is giving off the impression of someone who wants to control the narrative rather than participate in genuine, reciprocal relationships. The shift in fan loyalty is even evident in the comments section of Bravo's social media posts. Where Kyle was once flooded with support, she's now met with skepticism. "Kyle, you've been dismissing people for years. Own up to it," one fan wrote under a Bravo TV Instagram post. Another chimed in, "Dorit is finally saying what needs to be said. Kyle isn't a great friend, she just pretends to be one when it's convenient." At this point, it's clear that this feud is far from over. The trailer for upcoming episodes teases more emotional confrontations between Kyle and Dorit, with the latter breaking down in tears over Kyle's behavior. Fans are eager to see whether Kyle will finally acknowledge Dorit's feelings or continue doubling down on her defensiveness. If history is any indication, Kyle will likely attempt to flip the situation in her favor, but this time it seems viewers are seeing through it. The overwhelming support for Dorit proves that RHOBH fans are no longer willing to overlook Kyle's manipulations simply because she's been a franchise staple. Dorit, often underestimated, is finally getting her due, and for the first time in years, Kyle finds herself on the wrong side of public opinion. Will this be the season that permanently shifts the power dynamics in Beverly Hills? With so much drama left to unfold, one thing is certain: RHOBH viewers are watching closely, and they're ready to hold Kyle Richards accountable like never before.